everybody, and welcome to the Carolina Theater. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. We have a great show coming up. I'd like to introduce Molly McGinn, Casey Horton, and Quilla.
I love it. It's a sold-out house. I've used that joke so many times. Yo, we sold out the Carolina Theater. Look at you brave souls out here saying, pandemic, I'll be safe. That's fantastic. I'm so glad that you all are here. And specifically, I'm so grateful to be one of the people that gets to keep one ghost light on at the Carolina Theater. And someday we will be back to live music. So, the reality that it's Christmas is not completely lost on me. Although, to be brutally honest, I hate Christmas. I'm Irish Catholic, so it's just a weird time. But what I do love about this time of year is December, which is when, for the first time, certain constellations appear in the night sky, one of them being Orion and Orion's belt. So what's significant about that is Orion is the reason that the birds sing in the morning. And I'll tell you why. Because a long time ago, back when all the stars were trying to figure out where it was they wanted to go in the night sky, everybody got together, kind of talked about it, and they found their place, except for one thing. They didn't know where to put the baby stars. They didn't know where to put the star nursery. So they got together and talked about it, and they're like, hey, you know what? Let's put it on the tip of the sword of Orion's belt. It'll be a safe place. Nobody will mess with them. Great. Let's do it. So they do. And if you look at Orion's belt, on the tip of the sword is what's called a nebula, and that's where stars are being born. So you can go out tonight and look at it if it's clear when we walk out of here. So they're like, oh, fantastic, we're totally going to put the stars on the tip of the sword. Done. Except for one problem, those little baby stars would not fall asleep when it was time to go to bed. They just, they tried everything. And the more they tried to make them fall asleep, the more they thought they were just like playing a game. So finally, Nod has an idea of winking, blinking, and Nod. Nod says, let's ask Mama Son what we should do. So Mama says, well, you guys, everybody has their own lullaby. You just have to find out what their lullaby is. And she said, I have an idea. So she kind of turns towards the earth and she opens that beautiful eye. And the sky goes from that midnight blue to that early morning yellow. And then the birds started singing. And once the birds started singing, those little stars just one by one went right out. So in the morning when you hear the birds singing, they're actually singing the star lullaby. So I speak bird. And I translated the song, which Anna, it's a dying language. Maybe you'd be interested. Right. But here's what they're actually saying. But you are my sunshine, my only sunshine, and you make me happy when skies are gray. And you'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Oh, but even if they took it away, I'd be okay. 'Cause you are my starshine, my only starshine, and you make me happy when the sun's gone away. And you'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Oh, but even if they took it away, I'd be okay. 'Cause you are my firefly, my only firefly, 'Cause you could take my sunshine away, you can take my starshine away, you can take my firefly away. Oh, but you can't take my love away. All right. Little did you know. So I used to work for Kinder Music, which is right down the street from here. And it's a music and education publisher. So they teach music concepts to children from newborn to age 7. And specifically, who they're teaching are their parents. And they're showing them how musical concepts kind of combine, match, and challenge where a child is naturally developmentally growing. It was such a fascinating side exit in terms of understanding what music does. Like it's one of the things that teaches us how to use scissors. It's the rhythm, and there's rhythm in running, and there's rhythm in language, and it's so fundamental. But not only that, but to see your parent singing to you was also one of the most calming things, which is where lullabies come from, because babies intuitively know that if I'm in a house where there's music, everything must be all right. And so I always loved that. I used to host a songwriters night on Tuesday nights at Joy Monger. It was just called Represent NC. And, and I miss it. I miss playing out. But what I loved about that night was how you could hear so many different styles of music kind of intersecting. And we'd have a hip-hop kind of band on one night, and spoken word, jazz, but it was primarily for female and LGBTQ songwriters. But it was a place I could go play one song, and like everybody could kind of find a place to come in. And this was one of those songs that I'd usually play at the end of the set. Well, I won't back down, won't be turned around, 'cause if you keep this world from pushing me around, I'm gonna stand my ground, and no, I won't back down. Yes, it's true, I'm not good at a one-night stand, but I still need love, 'cause I'm just a man. And these nights never seem to go as planned. But would you stay with me and hold my hand? And darling, stay with me, 'cause you're all I need. And this ain't love, it's queer to see, but darling, stay with me. Why am I so emotional? No, it's not a good look. Gain some self-control. And deep down I know this never works. But would you stay with me so it doesn't hurt? And darling, stay with me, 'cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see, but darling, stay with me. Well, I know what's right. I got just one life. And in a world that keeps on pushing me around, oh, won't you stay with me? Won't you stay with me? Won't you stay with me? Ah, I love a mashup. If you guys need any Clorox wipes, I have them up here. Just so great. I'm always a germaphobe around this time of year anyway. I mean, I don't know. People, like flu is still a thing that freaks me out. So I'm really good with staying in. So let me talk about this guitar for a second. This guitar is made from a piece of Louisiana swamp ash. This is what it's made from, Louisiana swamp ash. If you look on the top here, there's a little squirrel icon. There's a man named Phil Cook who I had a chance to work on a record with. And he has a guitar that's very similar to this, and I'm fortunate enough to know the man that made that guitar, and I asked him to make this one for me. I've never bought a guitar in my entire life. I've been playing since I was like 16, but they've all been hand-me-downs, or people won one at a raffle, and so they gave it to me. So this was like my first adult purchase, which is incredible when you're in your like 40s. But that's okay. I love it. And Phil played on a record with me called Postcards from the Swamp. And I'm going to play my fan, thank you. I'm going to play a tune from there. Your applause just filled the room, Anna. It was so beautiful. Oh, and the reason this whole song exists, okay, two things have been rolling around in my head. I've been watching The Good Wife lately, or Call the Midwife, and which is about midwives and a group of midwives and nuns, I think at the turn of the early 19th century. Before there were doctors, women and nuns would go out and they would stay with you until the baby was born and help you actually get used to having the child in your house. And that would, they did everything. Anyway, this young nurse was so appalled by the state of one of the patients. And she said, why do people keep doing this to themselves? Like, do people know, why do they keep hurting themselves? And this nun was like, because they just do. And that's why we're here. That's why we exist. And that was such a lovely thing to say, and the reason I've been holding on to that is because I do think it's not so important in this lifetime that you be loved. I think it's more important that to become love, to become a loving thing. And so that's kind of what this song is about, just me realizing I've been trying too damn hard to be loved. I just need to be a loving thing. Every word you never heard is coming in clear as a bell now. Can you turn it down? Ooh. For 7 years I've been climbing here. I'm at the top, and it's not what I thought. And I'm getting off. Been climbing those glass hills and steel hills, and I'm climbing down. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't look now, climbing down. Never meant to stay, you know, but it just turned out that way. And I'm coming down. And now I'm gonna drive till the sky turns blue. And when I get there, commandeer a canoe. I'm coming down. Been climbing those glass hills and steel heels, and I'm climbing down. Love, if you won't come to me, well then it's love I'll become. Lover, if you won't come and you can't come to me, then it's love I'll become. Mr. Moore, thank you for the lovely poem, but you got it all wrong. Ooh, I'm climbing down. Oh. Yay. Thank you. I'm completely bummed that I had Charlie Hunter on drums and Deshaun Hickman and Sam Freibush on keyboards and Alex Bingham on bass lined up to play this show, and I just kept getting just kind of panic attacks, I think, really, about having everybody up on stage, and decided to scale everything back and play by myself. And I miss having those musicians here with me, and I just can't wait until we can all kind of get back to that. But at the same time, there's something that feels very authentic and true about standing in front of you and letting you see and hear the music that I usually play in the quiet corners of my own house, because when you play with a band, it covers up all the other stuff. So I really appreciate you letting me do that. That being said, I'd like to bring out one of my old bandmates, Casey Horton. Where is she? I think the first time I ever played here was with Casey, with Amelia's Mechanics, yeah? Yeah. So, yeah, are we doing Dallas Stand? Yeah, so did you know that O. Henry was from Greensboro? The writer. I forget, there's like 5 of you out there. But he was, and so he wrote like the greatest Christmas story of all time, The Gift of the Magi. And at the time I wrote this song, I was trying to find songs to sing that would reflect the place I lived in. And it was also kind of around Christmas time. And I had a boyfriend at that time who was like literally going clinically insane. It was a weird year. So to be reading this story about this wonderful couple and this like unconditional love that they had for her made me ask myself, okay, well, what would I lose my most precious thing to get? Like, would I give up my guitar? Because the way, she cuts her hair and he sells his watch. What would I actually want that bad? And the answer to me was unconditional love. But I think what I loved about this story, and I didn't know this about Della until I read it, but right when Jim comes in and his watch pocket is empty and she's looking at him and she's furious and he can't understand the look on her face, and it's just a very tenuous time. And what she says to him, and I love this line, and she says, "Be good to me, boy. It's Christmas Eve. For the hairs on my head might be numbered, but this love I keep." And so what I realized that what she was giving it up for was unconditional love. And who doesn't want that? So then I was like, oh, you know what? First of all, what an incredible line. I loved the strength of her to say that. So I wanted to kind of reframe it a little bit. And she was $1.87 and a day short of Christmas when she flops on her couch and submits to the sniffles. And so the story goes, she sat and supposed the years of tears and giggles, and how lately it seemed predominantly the laughter turned to sniffles. So she's up on her feet and she powders her cheeks and she weighs her worth in the mirror. Mademoiselle down the street would pay handsomely for the one thing she most longed for. And this foolish child went down the street and the hours tripped by on rosy wings. So in walks Jim, genuine and slim, his watch pocket conspicuously empty. And Della stood there with her Coney Island hair and eyeballed him intensely. And it wasn't anger or disapproval or shock with a twist of horror, but what he wore on his face, Della couldn't quite place, and she certainly wasn't prepared for. Be good to me, boy. Oh, it's Christmas Eve, and the hairs on my head might be numbered. Oh, but this love I keep. Be good to me, boy. Oh, it's Christmas Eve, and the hairs on my head might be numbered. Oh, but this love I keep. Casey Horton. So December 17th was the anniversary of the Wright brothers' first flight. On December 12th, they had like 4 or 5 seconds in the air. And they gave it a couple more tries, and on December 17th, I think that was like the first official flight. And that's significant to me because I had a profound spiritual experience at Kill Devil Hills. The oh, Sunday morning, wore my best. Rolled up blue jeans and a green bucket hat, and the strings of my bikini are flapping on my back as I pedaled up a breeze on that blacktop paved path. And so I ride, legs out wide. Almost took a tourist out on that last freestyle. For the moment I'd forgotten even why I was there, and how I was hoping there was something for me up at the top of Kill Devil Hills. Go around and around up the mountain, where 1,000 fans lay and stayed in silence underground as I circled around and tried to memorize every word. I soon realized that I am completely done for. Oh. Oh, faster now, passing trees. Salty sun takes a morning washcloth over me, and when I lick my lips, I can taste the ocean on the breeze. And I am baptized by the failures buried below Kill Devil Hills. All around and around up the mile, where 1,000 failures lay and stayed in silence underground as I circled around and tried to memorize every word. Thought of all the times I pushed my faith to the edge and watched it burn. I soon realized that I'm completely, absolutely, indubitably done for. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, you done for. You know, I feel so out of practice for being like at a show. I don't know how to act, and we were upstairs, and Casey was like, "Oh, so what do you want to play? Like, what's the set list?" And I was like, "Set list? What?" And then she's like, "Yeah, man, you need a set list." And I am so glad she did that. Yeah. There was also a gentleman we lost from the Greensboro community in December. His name was Logie Meacham. And he played this stage many times. And he died, I think, sometime in December, maybe 2 years ago. But before he died, he and I were having a conversation about something. We were over at his house, and it was late at night and under the street lamp lights and all that. And he just said, Molly, when I die, I want you to play War Angel at my funeral. And Logie at that time had been more or less treating his cancer, not necessarily surgically or with drugs, but he was using alternative methods like out in California, and it was working. It was a specific brand of like CBD or THC or something, and it worked for quite a while. But I knew he was struggling, so when he asked me, I figured it wasn't going to be too far away, and it was maybe a year or two later. But I can't not play this song and not think of him, so we're going to do it right now. And don't send for the preacher. This isn't his sin. And besides, with the way he's been praying, I think it's time somebody did some listening. And don't send for the dealer. You know he won't deal with it. Besides, I don't like the way the game he's been playing. War angel, war angel, war angel, come deal me in. And don't send for the poet or some damn musician, 'cause they're always getting the story wrong, and they try to steal. They're gonna steal what you're feeling. War angel, war angel, war angel, come deal me in. No sinners and no bankers, and cash ain't worth the gold it takes to make it. No moonshine and no juniper wine can take the ache he's feeling. War angel, war angel, war angel, come deal me in. Loki would approve. Loki would approve. Yeah. Okay, we're going to just do one more. And then Anna. But yeah, Anna, did you hear me? Where are you? Where did she go? She's like a little Canadian nymph. Oh, Molly, you want to do a show, eh? What did she say when she was walking off stage last time? It was funny. She's like, okay, oh, party on. Yeah, party on. Is that what you said? Oh, right on. But it sounded like party on. And I got a major Wayne's World vibe. All right. So as you know, I like to do mashups. And I know this is not an easy time of year for for everybody. So I wanted to kind of take the holy and the secular part of Christmas and smash them up. And what better way to do that than like to put Silent Night with a Leonard Cohen tune? Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, maybe there's a God above, but all I've ever learned from love was how to shoot at someone who outdrew you. But it's not a cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Merry Christmas, y'all. All right, I'm going to bring Anna back up here. Casey Horton, y'all. Please give her a round of applause. Thank you. That was awesome, Casey. I forgot how much fun it is to play with you. I love you too. The first time I met Casey, she proposed to me. And I was like, 2 problems. I'm straight, no. And she said, well, yeah, but I think you said, look, if you don't have anybody in 20 years and I don't have anybody in 20 years, guess how close we are to 20 years, dude? Like, I know. I didn't marry her, but I did one better. I started a band with her, which is the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Quilla to the stage. Yeah, ha-has. Yeah. This is fun.
This is fun.
So we're going to start with the first tune that we actually ever did together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who is this? I love you.
This must be Ann Tilly.
Yeah.
I love you, Ann Tilly.
Wait, like the Aunt Tilly? Like the tiny house Aunt Tilly?
Yeah, that's...
Man, your picture,
Yeah.
house looks amazing.
She's been stalking you on Instagram.
I do. She knows this. I'm open about it. I did,
So this is the first song that we did together, Wild and Kind.
about Nicaragua.
Mm-hmm. About Molly's trip to Nicaragua. And this, now when I hear you play, Molly, I just hear so many fatty beats on everything that you're doing.
Beats, yes. Little fatty beats everywhere.
So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Give it up for some fatty beats.
Give it up for some fatty beats. Listen to these fatty beats, actually. Oh say what I think I'm thinking, I might just think it's not worth speaking at all. And if you don't say what you think you're thinking, you might just think it's not worth speaking at all. All the rivers will cut by me. There will be no heaven, no election if you cut through me. Oh, we could be wild and kind if we tried. If we tried. Oh, we could be wild and kind if we tried. If we tried. Oh, we could be. If I don't say what I think I'm thinking, I might just think it's not worth speaking at all. If we tried. Oh, we could be. If I don't say what I think I'm thinking, I might just think it's not worth speaking at all. If we tried. If I don't say what I think I'm thinking, then I might just think it's not worth speaking at all.
Yes, that was awesome. Oh my gosh, thank you. So nice to be on a stage. Thank you all for coming. With carpet. This next song we're going to do together, this is a song I heard Molly sing on a video that our friend Kate Toby made recently. And I was like, oh, okay, it's got to be like Wailing Jennies, or it's got to be like Dixie Chicks or something. And then I looked at the credits, just a song by Molly McGinn. I was like, what? So we're going to be working on this track as well as another one that we're going to play for you. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm just such a fan of this track, Ravens and Wrens, so I'm just happy that we're going to play it together now.
So I have a friend who's a heroin addict. And if you knew him, you would laugh, because, I don't know, he's a funny dude. He's transgender. And he wrote this awesome book called Trunky, which was about his time, basically, at Butner State Rehabilitation Center for the first time. He relapsed on heroin, and he ended up in the men's ward because he identifies as male. And it was the first time he'd ever been in a rehab where there was, like, dudes. Like, his gender. And so the book is all about just, like, his continuing to just be mind-blown by that. But there was a point where his partner was really deciding about whether or not she was going to come pick him up. And what it reminded me of was the challenge it is when you're in a relationship with someone in addiction. It's difficult sometimes to kind of see, you know, the good and the bad, like what's good and what's bad. They seem to kind of flutter back and forth. So that's kind of where the inspiration for this tune came from. And I thought I heard a song out my window all night long, but the ravens look like wrens to me now. Oh, the ravens look like wrens to me now. And I tried to make him go by rapping on my window, but the ravens ravens look like friends to me now. Oh, the ravens look like friends to me now. And I know birds don't sing when the night is falling, but the ravens sing like friends to me now. Oh, the ravens sing like friends to me now. And I could sing to you after all that we've been through, but the ravens sing like friends to me now. Oh, the ravens sing like friends to me now. And she made clear her terms in no uncertain words, but the ravens talk like friends to me now. Oh, the ravens talk like friends to me now. So I laid in my bed, going over all she said, and the ravens talk like friends to me now. Oh, the ravens talk like friends to me now. So I hold out my hand like St. Kevin would command, and the ravens pray like friends with me now. Oh, the ravens pray like friends with me now. And so I tried to pray like St. Stephen in the fray, and the ravens pray like friends with me now. Oh, the ravens pray like friends with me now. Oh, the ravens pray like friends with me. Right? We have to give props to Alex Bingham for that, the concepts and the ideas behind some of the underscore, which was just really cool.
Yes, actually, yes. That what I just played on my side, that was composed by Alex Bingham. So shout out to Alex Bingham for sure.
Shout out.
Shout out. And he'll be working, he doesn't know it yet, but he'll be working on that production with us. Someone let him know.
Calling all you out.
Yeah, calling all you out. So this is a song we've been working on remotely during the pandemic. We were able, luckily we did a few sessions right before COVID hit, so we've been working on this back and forth, and we're just so excited to unveil this one in its current incarnation right now. Thanks.
Oh willow, swing me low, swing me high into the sky until the front porch light glows yellow. So we go, skip like stones down the road, and then you hide, and then I'll find, and then you hide. look stoned as they pray. Call 'em, they just stay that way. Come out wherever you are. Come out wherever you are. Calling all ye outs and free. You can come, you can sit by me. I'll be hiding out by the live oak tree. Calling all ye outs and free. Calling all ye outs and free. You can come, you can sit by me. I'll be turning stones in the road they lead. Calling all ye outs and free. I'll be hiding out by the live oak tree. Calling all ye outs and free. Calling all ye outs and free. You can come, you can sit by me. I'll be turning stones in rosary beads. Calling all ye outs and free. Oh willow, swing me low. Swing me high into the sky until the front porch light glows in yellow. So we go. Skip like stones down the road, and then you hide, and then I'll find, and then you hide. Yeah! Thank you. Well, everybody, thank you so much. You heard it first here.
Check. Hey everyone, thanks again for being here. This is such a treat just to be out of the house, so thank you for coming again. So I'm going to play, most of the songs I'll play tonight are from my new album that just came out a few months ago, The Handbook of Vivid Moments. Thanks, Anne. Yes. And actually, the first song I'm going to do is not on the album because I just finished writing it this week, and I was trying to capture the feeling of that sort of surreal feeling that we're all living through right now and COVID. So that's a song about that. It's called This Feels Real. She said everything's fine, so why do I feel this way? Heaven could collapse and I'll just stay in the same place. I search the horizon in the wilds of my lawn, and I'll get on horseback, ride or die till dawn. The sunsets are colliding, the feedback is blinding, the seasons are lying to me, and you're bleeding next to me. I believed in all the fictions, and I'm checking off the boxes. I'm swimming in every ocean, and you're breathing next to me. This feels real. that everything's fine. So why do I feel this way? Heaven could collapse and I'd just stay in the same place. I'll search the horizon in the wilds of my lawn, and I'll get on horseback, ride or die till dawn. The sunsets are colliding and the feedback is blinding. The seasons are lying to me and you're bleeding next to me. I believed in all the fictions and I'm checking off the boxes. I swim in every ocean and you're breathing next to me. This feels real. This feels real. This feels real. This feels real. was a song called Algorithms with Benefits, about the patterns in nature and about the science of pleasure. And this next song is also on my new album. This is called Boom Ba Da. Hold your hand, you're so beautiful. I can barely stand, I can barely watch, but I still hold your hand. Thank you. Thanks. This next one is dedicated to Ann Tilley. That's right, Tiny House Tilly. Look her up. She's here with her husband, Adam Joyce, who's also an amazing, super amazing artist and musician. And they're building the most magnificent tiny house. Yeah, it's just like sometimes I just need something soothing to look at online. I'm like, let's check out the tiny house. To the wind, sailed right at the door. Nothing could come close to love, less could survive. Simple chores were essays now, what last was a mile? Sagittarius, oh. I breathe into the tea. Perfect strangers in a bowl, an hourglass I keep. Calculations in the sand, I erase so well. Beasts upon celestial mass, the palmistry will tell. Sagittarius. Maybe there's a window to my heart, the will to please. Hermitude and jeweled crowns, I'm tired of my dreams. Baby, you have come this far and traveled to the stars. Feet stuck firmly on the ground, the firmament is yours. Sagittarius. Thank you so much. That goes out to all the Sagittarius people here and who are tuning in online. Yeah. That song has a music video. Ann Tilly actually did all the costumes and design for that video, so it's close to our hearts. Now I've got a poem for you. This one goes out to, I want to dedicate this to my good friend Diana Kelly Syed, who's here tonight, who's an amazing author, writer, and just like super cool person. So she invited me to participate earlier this year, just a few weeks ago actually, on this online event called Dear 2020. That was, I think it was the Ink Project and Pen America Piedmont chapter that she organizes. So this is it, Dear 2020. Dear 2020, Part 1. I'm floating through time, a molecule suspended in liquid, nerve agent dropped in a teacup. I'm on a flight to the wrong destination. I'm out of sync with my brethren. Have I lost it? Am I still on it? I thought I was going somewhere. Breathe. A strange breeze blew us this direction. An ill wind swept across the nation, where leaves hovering in parking lots, newspapers rolling down the block, unopened, hidden headlines begging for attention. I thought we were in this thing together. Breathe. You found me here, my friend. Somewhere in my half-hearted replies, streams of consciousness in the night, our random threads, our frustrated sighs over the days and months. Where was I? Oh yeah, floating, gliding high, over old neighborhoods with weird fumes. Specter of the middle class looms, and I'm a bubble that will burst, pop to the core, reveal the curse. Rewrite the treaties, I say, pound on the tables, shake out the wars, untangle those chains. I'll find the good things, I swear. I find the good things in our hearts. Dear 2020, Part 2. The rest of Part 1, burned in a fire. Sorry. Fast forward a few months later. I see my coworker on Zoom, wearing an N95 mask. He's on the West Coast, his office full of smoke and gloom. The prize for Picture of the Year, a surreal image of hope and fear. Let's turn this thing around, I say. I tell him of the good things. My daughter's hugs, how we hunt for bugs, the cracks of the pavement. We bake muffins and bread, tiny whiffs of cinnamon and home. Watch the crust rise and fall some more. Still, I'm floating, sometimes aimless. Below me, a web of crystalline gems, each reflecting others by their side. My soul remains alive with millions of others who came down to earth to rise to this occasion. We're searching far and wide, seemingly suspended in time, examining dirt and grime, finding safety in numbers, floating in rivers of air and light, for we are beings of breath and flight. Thanks. This next song is dedicated to my parents. It's called Un alma del norte y del sur. This song is in Spanish, and I was trying to tell a little bit of the story of my mom immigrating from Peru to Canada and meeting my father, and then having me and my brother as offspring, and we're sort of weaving this light of all our ancestors as we move in space and time. And so I wanted to give like a positive image of immigration and migration. Un sacrificio al futuro, un sol de esplendor y la luna nos llena de amor. Entiendo las voces como silba el bosque, corriente nos lleva. Camino de estrellas, yeah. Thank you. Okay. I've got one or two more for you. Do I have time for one or two? Should I just do one? One. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do the hardest one. I'm going to pick the hard one. So I want to finish on a high note. This was the hardest track on my album because I went through so many incarnations to do it, and I'm really happy with it. It's called Bow to the Rebel Queen, and it goes out to all those hardcore queens out there who just need a boost sometimes and who are out there doing the work of queens. So it's a personal anthem, but it's also a collective anthem for power that we need to get through these moments right now. So this is it. Bow to the Rebel Queen from the Handbook of Vivid Moments. Oh my God. Okay, I need to see if I can extricate myself for this one. It'll be easier. Okay. So this one's hard to construct, so if I don't get the loops right, it's going to be okay. All right. Oh yeah. I've got the power. I've got the power. You've got the power. You've got the power. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody. You've got the power. Nobody. Bow to the rebel queen. 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 I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I've been searching in the deep, looking for love and words I can keep. You can't tell me how to feel. Come with me and reveal. I've got the power. I've got the power. You've got the power. You've got the power. Body. I've been searching in the deep. Bow to the rebel queen. You can't tell me how to feel. Bow to the rebel queen. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. Bow to the rebel nobody to tell me what to do. Bow to the rebel queen. Tell me what to do. Bow to nobody to bow to. You've got to bow. You've got to bow. You got to bow. I don't need nobody to tell tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. I've got the power. I've got the power. You've got the power. You've got the power. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Thank you.